It seems like the hunters of this era were simply calling them grunts. There are conflicting reports, of course, but the material I have found so far appears to be talking about what is probably a slow-moving and mostly human creature, possibly the victim of a viral infection or controlled by some kind of greater spirit or lower. This is the only zombie story I've heard where the zombies take up weapons, torches and blades in most cases, to wield against the living. A creature well protected, enabled to go on dangerous offensives. A shock troop, with more mobility and so flexibility than the gigantic meathead. This specimen is seemingly equipped to a relentless pursuit of its targets, protected from their retaliatory fire. These enemies are encountered in proximity to rifts, those apparently vulnerable or important locations to the beast. They lurk behind doors, linger on doorstops, all potential choke points, all vital locations to control. Though she appears to have been classified alongside the other grunts, she was a far more dangerous creature, setting a swarm of insects upon any human in range until their bodies were punctured and swollen and heaving with their vile poison. Only her own death, the death of their host, the Hive Mother, stopped their persistent attacks. Blunt damage could harm her, though little else, and in the time it might have taken to try, her beastly swarms would have already stung their prey into flight or submission. The immolator seems to be the most tormented of them all. The smallest movement sends him into a rage, attacking chaotically, and when shot he burns even hotter and charges like an angry bull. He is, of course, extinguished in water, and can be fatally consumed by his own internal flames, but otherwise represents the most intelligent example I have seen. Frankly, I'm not sure why they referred to this thing as a meathead at all. The creature has no head. It could best be described as a bloated, headless, humanoid monster, more easily cut than shot, a hard hitter, but too well insulated to take much damage from a fist or a blunt object. It appears to have a symbiotic relationship with leeches, though these too are not the creatures you might recognize as such. The leeches appear to have acted as the creature's sensory organs, allowing him to see, to find prey, and to weaken that prey with their own poisonous bites. They are a clever extension of the creature, advanced troops in a way. First, the facts. The so-called hellhounds were pack animals, most often seen traveling in groups of between 2 and 4, aggressive and fast. These hounds would work together to take down a target, and while they do not appear to have any kind of special defenses, they do not have any particular vulnerabilities either. Scognamilio believed that they were Italian mastiffs possessed by the corruption. Other sources describe them as undead dogs, though it would be easy to mistake it for one many-tentacled creature. The water devil is in fact a swarm of smaller aquatic animals. It seemed to sense the presence of anything entering its home waters, and its movements were quick and decisive. Because of its swarm-like nature, it was hard to kill with bullets or any sort of melee attack, and often the best recourse was simply to run for the shore. For a long time, the waters of the bayou appeared to have gone silent. The usual wildlife had either fled or been killed, or both. It is likely that the creatures devoured whatever wildlife was not quick enough to flee to safer waters. The old adage holds: truth is always far stranger than fiction.